Hello everyone, this is Angie at Stamping with Amore, and I'm going to do a card video today. And I posted this on my blog last week, and I had a couple of requests to show how I did the emboss resist technique here with the watercolor look. So I'm actually going to wing it today and do a little bit different. I'm going to do a Christmas in July card, but I'm going to use the same technique. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to use your basic card base, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4, and then you need another piece that's Whisper White, that's 4 by 5 1/4, and this is going to be the main piece that we emboss on and do the watercolor technique. So I'm using the Festive Flurry, and this is from last year, but you can still get this till August 27th. And so if you want this, and it's this is one, and then there's one more larger snowflake, and it's by itself, and another, so there's 4 snowflakes all together, and I love this. But we're going to be getting new holiday catalog August 28th, so this is your last chance to get this Festive Flurry. And then also for the sentiment, I'm using this Christmas Messages, and this is also available till August 27th. They are carryover Christmas from last year. And so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to need is you're going to need some Versamark. And this is my stamping buddy, and you just want to use it to cover your cardstock, and it keeps the embossing from sticking to everywhere else. So we're going to use the Versamark, and I'm using this medium snowflake out of the Festive Flurry, and I'm kind of just going to make a pattern on here. I want to stamp there, and then I think I'll just do like 3 on here. And you can barely see the Versamark. I can barely see it, but you will see after I emboss it with white embossing powder what it will look like. And you'll see the pattern that I put on it. Okay, so I did 3 snowflakes there, and I'm going to use this piece of paper to catch my embossing powder because I don't want to waste it. And we're using the Stampin'Up white embossing powder, and you're just gonna pour it on top there. Make sure it covers everywhere that you stamped your Versamark. And I'm just going to set that off to the side and clean up my embossing powder because I don't want to waste any of it. It goes right back in the jar. And then I'm going to emboss it, and I assume everyone knows how to emboss with the heat tool. This is the heat tool that you use, and I'm going to spare you and not run it because it's kind of loud while I'm videoing. So I'm going to go ahead and pause you, and I'm going to come back after I finish embossing it. Okay, so I'm back, and I did stamp one more snowflake at the bottom and emboss that also, because I just wanted to have something when I put the sentiment over, it's going to be kind of behind it. So I kind of changed my mind on that. So I don't know if you can see, but it is embossed. And then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to grab some of my Coastal Cabana re-inker, and I'll just put a little bit in there. And I am using some alcohol and water, and I'm just spraying a little bit in there. And I mix it, and then it's like magic. You just start wiping it over. This actually has a little red because I made another one that had red in it, which it's going to be okay. It looks kind of cute. And then you just keep going over it, and the embossing comes through, and it gives it that little watercolored look. And you see the snowflakes. And I don't like to overdo it. I just like to give it a little bit of that watercolor, and look to it. So that's that. And I want to put some kind of bling on it, some glitter or something. I'm going to use my two-way glue pen, and I'm just going to put a little bit, a dot here, and then I'm going to just, I don't know, put it randomly. I'm going to use my stamping glitter, and I'll just put a little bit on there. So everywhere that I touch that two-way glue, it's going to have the little glitter. So that looks pretty. So then the next thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to let this dry because it really needs to dry. It does tend to fold up a little bit because you're wetting the paper. But usually what I do is I just lay a book on it after and wait till it dries, and then I take it off and it's flat and you don't have any problems gluing it on. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to grab my window sheet, and you have to use StazOn for this. And then I'm just going to use black. Make sure I got it covered. And when you do this, you have to go straight down and back up. You don't want to move it because it will smear. So you have to be really careful and just set it down, press it, and then bring it right back up. And see, that one didn't come out perfectly because I didn't press it down enough. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and I already did another one because I thought maybe that might happen. So here's one that I've already stamped. And then the next thing I'm going to do is grab my card base, and I like to use the Tombow on gluing this on the base because this Tombow holds it so much better. It's the wet glue, and you got a little bit of a time to work with this. So seeing that it kind of curls up a little bit, it holds it down better. So I always use the wet Tombow glue. So let's center this on here. And this is Coastal Cabana cardstock. And I just like to press it down really good. And then I'm going to trim up this piece of my sentiment here so I can put it, let's see where, and that's another thing, if you make it a little longer, you can see exactly where you want to put it, and then just trim it accordingly. I usually use my mini glue dots, and I just tried to put them on. I'm sorry, my arm's in the way. I had to grab my glue dots. But I usually just put it behind some of the larger letters and stuff, and really I don't use a whole lot so that they don't show through. But it really looks pretty because it almost looks like it's floating on the back of the, or on the card. I just really like using the window sheet for this. And you don't need a whole lot. I'm going to stick it like right there. And that's it. And it's really simple. It's really cute. It looks more elegant. Here's the other one I did with the butterflies. I love those butterflies. That's our Papillon Potpourri stamp set that I used for these. But you can add anything you like. Ribbon, if you want to add some rhinestones or whatever, but I like the glitter on this. And it's quick, easy, and simple. So I hope you liked the tutorial today. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.